Hi everybody, this is Francesca, and I'm gonna make for you tonight another old traditional dish from Italy, which is spaghetti with clams. In Italian, it's spaghetti alle vongole. Today we're gonna have the simple basic one with the white sauce. So to prepare this dish, of course we need fresh parsley, garlic, clams. They're very fresh. They're alive, and that's very important. Olive oil, salt, I love sea salt, and we have in this case crushed chili pepper. Or some people like the fresh one and they actually buy the entire chili pepper and they will break it in the sauce. So at this point, what is very important to start your dish is wash your clams. So what do? You have to put the clams into sweet water and you're gonna add salt, 1.5 of soup spoon for 1 liter of water. What I would do, I mix it up and I'm gonna leave it here for at least 4 to 6 hours. Remember once in a while to move them around. During this time, the clams will kind of open, breathe, and release whatever is the dirt that they contain in their own shell. And when you think they are completely cleaned, just take the clams out of the water and transfer it to your pot. So at this point, we're gonna make the sofrito. Sofrito, it's a quite standard for Italian dishes when you make sauces, because we want to blend the flavor of the garlic with the olive oil. And we're basically preparing it before to add a sauce if we're making tomato sauce, or in this case, to make the clam sauce. I choose 3 cloves of garlic. That should be enough for a party of 4 or 5. 2 full cloves, and I chopped 1 just because I like to have a little taste of the garlic. And I have just half of my parsley here. I'm gonna add the olive oil. While you feel like it's quite all over the pot. The crushed chili pepper. That you already smell amazing. All right, so what is important here is you have to observe your pot. You want to just make the garlic clove to get blunt. You don't want to burn that, because otherwise you are basically going to burn the oil, burn the garlic, burn the pepper, and in this case you're gonna ruin the sofrito. So be very careful when you're doing it. At this point, I'm gonna lower my fire, gonna be very low, and I'm going to add the clams. I'm gonna cover it. It's like a medium heat, not too hot, not too low. And we're gonna leave the clams in here for at least 5 minutes, maybe longer. It's all depend of how much the clams will take to open. It's all depend how big is your pot. It's all depend how many clams are in the pot. They will gonna open themselves and they're gonna release the juice. This juice will basically mix himself with the sofrito that we made priority step. And when you see that almost everybody's open, that's the time then your sauce will be ready. When clams are not opened, means they're dead. And if they're dead, you can eat it. So don't go there with a knife and trying to force them to open. Just take it away. Those are not good. So we are in a process that our clams are all open, and that means we are very lucky because we can eat all of them. Nobody's been left behind. So what will be the next step? The next step is we're gonna remove some of those shells. Why? Because we don't need some of those shells. We need some shells because we like to have the pleasure of to remove the clams from the shell. So I'm gonna remove some of the clams out of the shell, so I'll be able to mix it with the pasta easily. I'm using my hand because it's quite the easiest way. Another important thing that I want everybody to remember is if you're not going to use sanitary gloves, please wash your hands before start cooking. It's finally boiling. This package, approximately 100 grams of pasta per person. So the pasta is almost ready. We have a few minutes left. So at this point, I just turn on the fire. Its time is gonna be very high fire, and I'm gonna flush it with a little wine. What we haven't taught tonight was actually what wine you can associate with your dish. If you are in Italy, I would say, and of course you can do that here also, but as an Italian person who associate, I can use a nice Greco di Tufo, or I will opt for a Malvasia. In case it's difficult to find something that is associated to a Chardonnay. In this case, we found like a French wine that it's quite tasty, has a nice mild body, not too heavy, not too dry, and it will be the best for our dish. So what we're gonna do as soon as the fire is gonna be up, and I see this boiling already, I'm going to add this wine. I just want them to warm up. So the pasta is ready. I turn on the fire in a very low, and I'm going to add this one. This is far up. The aqua is evaporated, so I turn it off, and I will add it. I take my fresh parsley, then I left it on the side. We need the fire on now because it will still give you the chance to be inside the pot and absorb all the juice and don't get overcooked, of course. All right, pasta's ready. And now let's plate it. So our dish is ready, and I'm gonna taste it. Can I have one of my clams? This is very good. Perfect with salt, perfect cooking, and enjoy your dinner. You're gonna love this pasta. Ciao.